Hello class 11, welcome to history lecture. We are continuing with chapter 4, that is nature of the state and its apparatus. In nature of the states we have seen about different authors and views of different scholars and political scientists, what they have given us the nature, what should be the nature of the state according to their ideology, according to their writings. We have seen Cordelia, we have seen Cicero, we have seen Thomas Cromwell, we have also read about Barani. There we have seen that what should be the nature of the state according to this political scientist, and today we will start the apparatus of the states or the acts through which the states can be governed. Apparatus of state, nature and apparatus of state is the chapter. So apparatus means what? The acts or the apparatus are those things, the organs through which a state can be governed. In this situation, the organs which are needed for ruling a state, there we see that a group of people, a group of bureaucrats are important for ruling the state. In all the books which we have read, there we have seen every scholar is talking about that the king alone cannot rule the state. He needs a group of advisors, he needs a group of bureaucrats who will help the king to rule the state. So these bureaucrats, a group of bureaucrats who are helping the king to rule the states, these are considered as the apparatus of states. So in different countries we see that different apparatus of states were there. Like in China there were the mandarins. In India we see that under the Delhi Sultanate there was the Iqtidars. And under the Mughals, under the Delhi Sultanate there was the Iqtidars, and under the Mughal there was the Mansabdari system or Mansabdars. In Persia there were the satrapies. So like this we see that in different countries different organs were there, different apparatus were there for ruling the state. And these are the group of bureaucrats who actually helped the king in ruling of the states. So these apparatus, what was their function, how they were selected, that we will see in detail in the apparatus of state. And today we will do the mandarins of China. In our next class we will do Iqtidari Mansabdari system of India, and also we will do Persian satrapies. So today we will do mandarins in China. So in India we will see later. In China first we will see that mandarins were the bureaucrats who were selected for ruling the state or for helping the king in administration of the state. Because king alone cannot rule the state, these mandarins used to help the king. And this will say that the mandarins is derived from a Persian word that is Mandarin. Mandarin, this word is derived from the Persian word Mandarin, which is again derived from the Sanskrit word Mantri. Mantri means the Mantri. So from Mantri to Mandarins, this is the origin of the word, where we see that Mantri or the associates, the assistants of the king are the people who help the king to rule the state. And in this context we will see that it was China who first started that selecting these mandarins should be done through civil service exam. Civil service exam was first started in China for selecting the bureaucrats who would rule the state. Bureaucrats who would rule the states, they were selected through an exam, that is the civil service exam. Previously in China, what was the situation? That from hereditary system, if someone's father is influential, if someone's father is a ruler, they were selected. But this system of selecting the mandarins through exam, through their skills, it started much later, that is in 605 AD. And it continued till 1905 AD. So this period we see that the Chinese Mandarin system was there, where these people, these bureaucrats or the people who are helping in administration, they were not selected because of their family status or because of any hereditary method, but they were selected by their skill. Skill was considered important. Skill, knowledge was considered important. So exam was held, and in this exam whoever used to do good, they were selected into the administration as civil servants. These civil servants were known as mandarins, who used to help the king in ruling of the state, in administration of the state. So mandarins were given very much respect in China because they were all skilled people. They are coming into the position through their exam, and we see that the highest position that a mandarin could hold was that of a prime minister. The mandarins, if the mandarin who is selected for administration, if he is working very hard and showing good performance, he could be promoted to the position of a prime minister. Apart from this, we see the other roles or duties of the mandarins was to look into the overseas trade and managing of money, that is financial matter of the country, looking into the security of the country, looking into trade matters of the country, all these matters which are essential for proper administration of the state were in the hands of the mandarins. So mandarins in China were an important part, and the success of the Chinese civilization, this Chinese civilization was preserved. That was also because of the mandarins, because the mandarins were all educated and skilled people. They helped in preserving the glory of China. This Chinese empire lasted for so long only because of the mandarins, because the mandarins played a very important part in the in Chinese history and Chinese civilization. Also we see that as well as skilled and educated people, they had knowledge of China's classical history, classical tradition. These knowledge were mandatory for the mandarins. So from a very tender age, from a very young age, the students were trained for this exam, for civil service exam. And they used to learn Chinese tradition, Chinese classical laws and customs, and also about different developments in different fields. So mandarins were highly skilled and educated people who were given the position of bureaucrats, and they were known as the scholar gentry. In China they were known as the scholar gentry. Scholar gentry because we see these people were scholar people. They did knowledge of everything. They were knowledgeable people. So this is the system of China. This is the apparatus of state. These mandarins were the apparatus of state in China, and it is through the mandarins that the Chinese states were properly governed.